Well, the NHL has released the nominations for the Selke Trophy, and in honor of that, I'm going to do that tonight in my video where we discuss what might happen tomorrow. I'm probably choking on my rage as a Bruins fan. I'm not raging. It's a funny thing, and I want to mention this because I get very emotional. The fact that Boston's losing to Ottawa makes me feel better. It's not Toronto, so I'm not going to get it rubbed in my face for the next 6 months. It's not Montreal, so I'm not going to get my face rubbed in it at work for the next 6 months. It's Ottawa. Ottawa fans can be, as I found out last summer, kind of touchy, but reasonable. And I'm feeling better about that. Selke Trophy. It's between Mikko Koivu, Patrice Bergeron, and Ryan Kesler. And I watched enough hockey this year to know Ryan Kesler deserves this award. I think Bergeron may get it. And I think Bergeron may get it because Boston went on a run at the end of the year to get into the playoffs. And Patrice Bergeron, as much as people are going to want to talk about Marchand and what Marchand did, and Marchand, wasn't it nice that he stuck his tongue out at the Senators bench when he scored that goal in Game 1? Wasn't that great? And now the Senators have won 3 games in a row. Oh, the wonders of Brad Marchand. Will he ever learn? No, he won't. Okay, so Bergeron is the guy. And I know when I watched Boston and Vancouver in Vancouver about a month ago, and Bergeron, it wasn't that he scored points, it's just he's so smart with the puck, and he's smart away from the puck. And every move he made on the ice, it was like, wow, he's a really good player. You can watch him on TV, but when you see him live, it's like, he's a really good player. Like, he's really smart. And, I was cheering him even though he wasn't getting points. I was like, oh, great play, Bergeron. And then I'd hear the scoring play, and I'd be like, really? Bergeron didn't even get an assist on that? But he was so smart. And I think it's Bergeron's award. And lost in the mix is Koivu. And this is where awards get weird. So, Nick Lidstrom was the best defenseman in the league for many years. But there were years he won best defenseman, he won the Norris, that he probably wasn't the number one best defenseman in the NHL. Remember, this is a position where you've got about 180 guys. You got 6 teams, 30 teams, or 6 defensemen for 30 teams. Probably 180 guys who are regulars. You've got all your rookies, your call-ups, and your fill-ins. It's about 240 guys. The idea that one guy is better than all of the rest of them, when you're going to probably have, let's just say one out of every other team has a really solid, fantastic defenseman who deserves a Norris Trophy nomination. The idea that Lidstrom would be the only one worthy of that for a long time is weird, because Lidstrom, before he started winning Norris trophies, was usually second or third behind a veteran player who may not have been better than Lidstrom, but they got overlooked because Lidstrom was Nick Lidstrom. So in the Selke Trophy, Mikko Koivu may get overlooked, not because he's not worthy, but because Kesler and Bergeron are known Selke winners. I'm surprised they didn't nominate Datsuk, just because Datsuk was that good that you could just say, I know he didn't play this year, I know he retired, but man, it would sure be nice to see Datsuk at the award show. We really want to nominate Datsuk. And, all kidding aside, I really genuinely think this should be Ryan Kesler's award. So I talked up Bergeron, and Bergeron's the reason the playoffs feature the Bruins for a week. But Kesler and what he's done in Anaheim this year has been special. And I'm not Kessler's fan. This is where, if Yvonne was here, she'd be laughing her ass off. But I have to be fair. I have to be balanced. I have to acknowledge with what I've seen on the TV, and nothing in the first round has told me that I'm wrong. Kesler has frustrated the Flames. He has been on the edge with the Flames. He has made everybody angry, and people focus on him. And he does this while he also cancels out your star players. He's fantastic defensively. He's very smart. He makes his line mates better. He didn't always do that in Vancouver. Vancouver, very often he was left with wingers who couldn't do it, or he just wouldn't pass the puck. Now, his wingers are better in Anaheim. They're still not star players, but he utilizes his wingers better than he ever did in Vancouver. And he has become a complete player. So while his point totals this year aren't career high, he probably had the best year of his career this year. And if the Ducks go far in the playoffs, and they could, Kesler's going to be the reason why. He's going to be one of the main reasons why. It'll depend on Perry and Getzlaf have to keep it up too. And Getzlaf really has to show that he's the primary scoring forward. And then your depth guys fill in and do what they got to do. But Kesler is the MVP for the Ducks this year. And it's a strange thing for me to say, but I have to be fair. The Selke trophy belongs to Kesler. And again, it's not any insult to Mikko Koivu, but I think it's going to go to Kesler. He's had it before. Bergeron's had it before. And Koivu, if he has another year next year like this year, he probably wins it. Awards trophy voting is a very subjective thing, obviously, and voters will have, whether they want to or not, they have certain biases that show up. There's usually an Eastern bias when it comes to awards, but in this case, I don't think the Eastern bias, which should favor Bergeron, is going to be a factor, because Kesler's just been so good from wire to wire this year. So that's where I figure it's going to end up. I hate it. All right. That being said, tomorrow night's games. So Pittsburgh is at home. They lead Columbus 3-1. I think Pittsburgh finishes off tomorrow, but I said Pittsburgh was going to finish it off last night too. Prove me wrong, Columbus. Prove me wrong, as the jersey sitting in a pile here proved me wrong about jerseys today. It's a good thing I've got another jersey in the mail. I tell you, I'm going to have a lot of jerseys in the mail soon. Trust me. Don't feel bad for me about these 2 jerseys. I'm keeping these as a lesson, and I'm getting a lot more jerseys next week, as long as my income tax comes through. And then there'll be the new microphone, new setup. I plan to have a whole set figured out. I plan to have a new chair. I'm telling you guys, good things are coming for this channel very, very soon. These jerseys are just whatever. I will use them as examples for later. I'm not getting rid of them, and I'm not doing a chargeback, because that was my own moronic decision. Okay, back to the games. Pittsburgh, I think, beats Columbus. Montreal's at home to the Rangers. I think Montreal wins this. I still got a bad feeling Montreal's going to win the series. Remember, Ottawa, you guys have to beat Montreal. I will be very cross with you guys if you can't beat Montreal. Beat Montreal. So I think Montreal wins this tomorrow night. Chicago's in Nashville tomorrow. Chicago has to win one, don't they? Don't they have to? With the season Chicago had and the players Chicago has, they're the number 1 seed, for God's sake. They have to win a game. They can't get swept. I'll take Chicago, but Nashville's probably going to win this. San Jose and Edmonton. That was quite the schooling San Jose gave Edmonton. Draisaitl got fined. He got fined because he doesn't have a prior history. Yeah. This one's a really tough call. I'm going to go out on a limb and say overtime. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say San Jose. San Jose in overtime. So here's what you guys have to do. I've mentioned this before. I'll mention this again. You guys, on this video, tell me who wins. Tell me by how much. And we'll go from there. And make sure that your comment is in reply to my comment at the top. It should always be pinned to the top of the video. Comment from me, Hockey Guy. One other thing I want to mention while I've got your attention. A lot of people have been asking me about sending me jerseys and sending me things. I'm working on this. I don't have a post office box, but there is a service locally that will allow it. And it's one of those weird places where I don't know everybody I'm talking to online, obviously. So because I don't have a post office box, I'd be giving out my home address. And while you guys may be really chill, there may be one person who's not chill. And I have kids and a wife and cats, and I don't want to see a cat go in a pot. I don't know. It's the internet. I'm not crazy. So I'm going to get the equivalency of a post office box, and then I will give you guys an address to mail stuff to. And then I'll do unboxings here. I'm fine with that. And I'll put it this way: I don't mind if you guys send me counterfeit jerseys, so I can use them as examples for people. So I can say, hey, here's what a counterfeit looks like, and that's fine. Um, I don't have a problem with people sending me, hockey stuff. I'll do unboxings on for videos. It's a strange thing to me, and I've talked to Yvonne about this for months, and I feel conflicted. But people are, talking to me about this regularly, and yeah, it's cool. That's great. And I've shown with my patrons that I'm willing to mail stuff out, and I'm going to finish all that up this week when I get some money. Mail jerseys out to everybody. So if you're one of my patrons and you're watching this, I'm going to do a patron video after I'm done this one and give you guys an update. And then we'll go from there. This is just one of those things where I have to kind of wrap my brain around this, and once I've got my brain wrapped around it, everything else will be fine. So I appreciate all your support. I appreciate you guys being there and being really good when I've needed it. I'm going to explain in a patron video too what I mean by that. There's some personal stuff that's been going on that's been just, but I've kept it out of my videos, and I will keep it out of my videos on my channel. For patrons, though, you guys will hear what's been going on, and trust me, you guys are going to want to be sitting down for some of the crap that's gone on around here lately. But for the rest of you, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And I appreciate each and every one of you spending your time with me. And I look forward to continuing with the playoffs. And it looks like Minnesota showed up tonight, so maybe St. Louis doesn't get the sweep. It would be nice to see nobody get swept. Come on, Calgary. Don't get swept. Please, just please don't get swept. Don't give the Ducks a week off to wait for the winner of Edmonton and San Jose, and that whoever wins that series is just gonna be freaking dog tired. Please, please, Calgary, just please don't let Kesler have a week to mac on chicks and go golfing and just douche around while he's waiting. Don't let him get healthy. Come on, do something. Let's go. Okay, I'm done for now. But I'll talk to you all again soon, and thank you very much for watching.